Oh my gosh, you guys. Hi everyone, Kaylee, your friendly neighborhood hairstylist here with an impromptu video because your girl is engaged. Can you see it? Can you see it? Can you see it? Can you see it? See it? Oh my goodness, guys. I just felt as though I wasn't going to be able to sneak this thing into videos and not address it. So let's just talk a little bit about this. So Instagram has known, I announced it there last week. Jenna and I are currently on a road trip. Well, not currently right now, but when you're watching this, we're on a road trip. And I wanted to be able to post videos as we are going through the road trip, and I didn't want to have to hide my ring. So I announced it on Instagram first. But I was just thinking that for you guys, this might feel like a whole lot because you just found out I'm in a relationship, you just found out I'm queer, and now I'm engaged, like, oh my gosh. And I'm obviously going to tell you guys the story of how she proposed because it's very, very sweet. But first I thought I would show you guys just a little behind the scenes of some of the Instagram posts that she is directly responsible for, so you can kind of get a little glimpse into our relationship over the past couple years. Just like a fun way to like retroactively get to know the relationship. So Jenna and I met on a dating app, and I'm gonna see if I can get her on camera. She's kind of like a little bit more willing to, like she kind of hinted at it the other day and I was like, So I'm not gonna tell the whole story, but we met on a dating app. Our first date was at a wine bar. We talked, the conversation flowed super easily. I felt like I had kind of always known her somehow. And then, you know, after the evening was done, I got in my car and I realized we had been there for 4 hours. I thought it had been an hour and a half. And for somebody that is very socially anxious, that's a big deal. Our second date, we went to sunflower fields and we walked through sunflower fields together, and then we had a picnic and watched the sunset and then looked up at the stars. And that date was like 7-ish hours long, and honestly, it felt like a movie. And I was pretty much swept up from there. So that is how everything started. But now let's look at the Instagram pictures. So this very first one is just like a selfie that I took that I was really just planning to send and say like, hey, good morning, thinking of you. And then it was so cute, I posted it. Fun fact, that's a velvet caviar case. I love velvet caviar. They're my favorite phone cases. Got it on my phone right now. Anyway, they use that on their website all the time now. So my little like cutie moment trying to get my little crush's attention ended up selling phone cases. All right, this next picture is one that Jenna took. It was on our first ever trip at all. We went to Wilmington Beach, which is like 2.5 hours from Raleigh. Stayed the weekend. We took cheesy little selfies together all weekend. She also gave me a little coordinates necklace that trip, which I wore all the time. I still do wear all the time, but especially then, you probably saw it in videos. Oh my gosh, okay, so these pictures are so sweet to me. They are from our first ever little fall day together. This is definitely going to be like a forever tradition for us now. We both really love fall. And she figured out that I had never gone to the North Carolina State Fair as an adult. So she was like, we're doing it. She took off of work, we booked tickets, it was a whole thing. And then we went out and we picked out pumpkins to decorate our porches with. And then I surprised her with a pillow fort and snacks and popcorn and set up a TV so we could watch Nightmare Before Christmas. And that was our fall day. And yes, I did bring a variety of tops to change into throughout the day so that I could get multiple pieces of content for Instagram. You also saw Jenna's motorcycle jacket as Captain Marvel, because I didn't have one that looked legit, and Jenna did, because she actually does ride motorcycles. So, chucked it on, her jacket was in the video. Ooh, next we have pictures from Seattle. Jenna took these as well. She was going to Seattle for work, so I tagged along, and she was the ultimate Instagram girlfriend. This is one of my favorite pictures of her. We had a few days there, and we just took one afternoon where we made sure to get a lot of pictures, and then we spent the rest of the time enjoying ourselves, and it was really, really fun. I hadn't gotten to do Seattle before, and I loved it. I do want to go back because we didn't really get to enjoy the Seattle nature, and I feel like that would be a lot of fun. So that was right before COVID hit. We were there in February, and then March, obviously, things super changed. And this next picture is from our very last like public date for a while. We went and got ice cream, then we went out to these little daffodil fields that are out in Dorothea Dix Park. It's a daffodil road is what they call it. And for me, this one's a really good memory because it was like this last kind of like bit of normalcy before things really went a little bit haywire. So fun fact, we were planning to move in together like May-ish, but then lockdown hit. And Anna Laura wasn't even coming into the studio because it was locked down that hard. And I decided to lock down with Jenna because I didn't want to lock down alone. And we effectively ended up moving in together like a couple months early. I don't feel like I went full U-Haul because I did wait longer than a lot of people do, but it was definitely faster than I planned. Okay, now moving right along to cabin fever zone. Jenna was really starting to go stir crazy. So Wednesday nights are always our date nights. And so I was like, okay, babe, I've got date night this Wednesday. Don't worry about it. I just want you to put on something that you feel really cute and really good in and be in your room at 6 p.m. and I will knock on your door to pick you up. So I got dressed up, I ordered in her favorite Italian food. I set up little candles and flowers outside and tried to make it look as much like a restaurant as I could. I had like Italian music playing on a speaker. And I just knocked on her little door and, you know, took her to the restaurant outside. Oh, and then moving forward, you guys saw this picture that I posted as my birthday picture, but what you don't know is that there was a whole party behind it. Jenna puts together this entire birthday party for me, and all I told her was that like, hey, this would be my first Pride ever and it's canceled because the panorama, and so could we have a rainbow themed birthday party or like a Pride themed birthday party so I can pretend like I'm doing that? And she was like, on it. And she went so above and beyond, it was insane. Let me show you pictures. She set up this tent, she had a little spread with cotton candy and rainbow streamers. Oh, she like zoomed in some of my friends that don't live in state anymore. I mean, it was so cute. And I wasn't out yet, so I could only post this picture where you could just see balloons and streamers, but it was this whole rainbow extravaganza and I loved it. And then our final picture is from Fall Day Round 2. She found this whole thing where we could hang out with goats while we carved pumpkins. And it was the cutest thing. They also had adorable fuzzy little cows and little bunnies. Anything that is small and cute and can give any amount of dopamine, I am instantly and forever in love with. So there's a little look behind the scenes. Maybe you guys remember some of these moments and it can help you like kind of picture our journey as it went. I mean, overall, it has been so good, guys. I think especially like when you find your person, but especially after a lot of wrong people, there's just this incredible gratitude that comes from it. And I am constantly swimming in it and I feel like I will never get over it. It's just such a gift to have somebody that really fits with and really is committed to and works for and with you. It is one of the most amazing things and I'm so grateful for her, and I'm sorry I'm reeling it in, giving everybody lactose intolerance. That's not how it works, but kind of. So that's a whole lot of story. Let's talk about the one that you probably want to hear, the engagement story. Okay, so this one starts in December of 2020. I had been wanting us to get couples pictures together because we've taken a lot of selfies together, but due to the global panorama, we had not been able to get like actual pictures taken together. And so for Christmas, she gave me a mini photo session where we could get couples pictures taken together. And she told me like it's not gonna be for a little while. She wanted to wait until like more things were in bloom and things were a little bit more open and safe. And I was like, totally makes sense. So then in March, Jenna tells me it's gonna be in April at the Arboretum, which is somewhere where we had a really cute date very early on in our relationship. I think we have some pictures from that. So the day comes, did her hair and makeup, and then we get in the car, we go, and my first inkling of anything is that we get to the door and she's like, oh, we have to wait a minute. One of the employees has to let us in because it's after hours. And I was like, it's after hours? Like, go Chelsea, our photographer, getting us in after hours. That's cool. But also like, really? But then the employee that had apparently met Jenna multiple times was selling it super duper well because she like sold it like she had never seen Jenna before and she had seen like tons of other people for this photo shoot already. I believed her. The acting, superb. So it's kind of a larger area. So she was walking us to where we needed to be, and then she tells us to go down this path and turn right, and the photographer will be right there. And that moment I was like, it would be so cinematic if this was a proposal. And then I turn around, the first thing I see is the photographer, and I'm like, oh, okay, this is real, there's a photographer here. Kayley, you've just got like wedding ring fever. And then I turned just a little bit more and I saw this neon sign that said, I like you and I love you, which is something that Jenna and I have said to each other throughout our relationship. And it was surrounded in flowers. And I was like, wait. And then I looked at Jenna and her face like told me everything. And I was like, it's happening. And I think like inside I was all exclamation points. Like, oh my gosh, what? It's happening, it's happening. What do I do with my hands and my face? And like, oh my gosh. And while all that's happening in my brain, she leads me over in front of the little sign, bends down, and she had the most adorable ring box set up. And I like immediately started making out with her. I was like, oh my gosh, I love you. And she was like, excuse me, I haven't asked you yet. And so I was like, okay. So she got on a knee and she's like, I just need a second. She like took a big breath. And then she like had a few like really beautiful little words that she said, and then she asked me to marry her and I said yes. And then I got to make out with her. And then she was like, oh, there's actually more. So she led me over and there was a picnic that was set up and had little snacks. And then like we're, you know, getting back in the car. It seems like everything's done. And she's like, oh, let's go let the dogs out before we go to dinner. And I was like, we don't always do that, but okay. Because we'd been gone for like an hour maybe, and dinner doesn't take that long. But anyway, we get to our house and I look in the backyard and we have family and friends all there ready to celebrate. Like it was a small gathering of vaccinated people, don't worry, but like my heart, like it was this whole whirlwind and my heart was just singing the whole time. It was just so beautiful. I felt so supported and encouraged and in love and excited. And then she had also arranged for us to stay at one of our friends' beach houses over the weekend. So we went out to the beach and just enjoyed being engaged. Yeah. So yeah, that's the story. That's the ring. That's a little bit of our time together that you guys kind of missed because I was getting myself together and ready to come out on the whole internet. And I'm just really, really excited. So I'm really glad that you guys let me share that excitement with you. It's overwhelming for me, and I hope that you guys feel as happy for me as I do. There is also a ring to come for Jenna, perhaps a little proposal as well, because you guys know there is no way in heck I was not going to get to propose as well. So that is actually still to come, and I will update you guys when that happens, and maybe I can wrangle her onto my channel after that happens. We'll find out. But today was just about letting you guys in and telling you now so that I don't have to take off my ring to film videos, because I want you guys to be able to see it, and I just want to be able to live and celebrate and just be so excited for the stage in life I'm in. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little impromptu video where I got to kind of let you guys into my life a little bit more. And yeah, I guess that's it. If you guys liked the video, I guess you can like it. Normally I go through here and tell you guys to like and subscribe and hit the notification button, and you can do all those YouTube-y things if you want to, but more than anything, I just want you guys to know that I really appreciate you. I appreciate so much the love and support that I've gotten since coming out. It has meant the world to me and more. I did not expect the level of support that I got, and it has been intensely cathartic and healing and affirming, and I just want to say thank you. So yeah, that's it for today. Whether you're old or new or a casual lurker, thank you for spending time with me and listening to my relationship stories and engagement and just soaking in all the cheese. I hope you guys have an amazing day, and I will see you guys in my next video. Mwah. Bye. Ah, I'm engaged. If you're wondering if there's gonna be wedding content, you better bet there's gonna be. What kind of wedding content you wanna see? You wanna see me trying on dresses? You wanna see me trying to figure out what to do with my hair? I'm just excited.